Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crooked Line Short Track Oval Racing. Coming to you live here from Five Flags Speedway, and it's with a heavy heart that this group of drivers is racing with tonight. Let's take a look at the reason why. Steven Saxton, Josh Sexton's father, unexpectedly passing away Saturday around noon as they were both working on their cars, from what I understand. And, it's always hard to hear that sort of thing. And obviously, in honor of Steve tonight, these guys want to put on the best show that they can. And yeah, I'm here to help it along as best we can here tonight. And again, my name is Chris, or I guess not again, because, hey, it's the first time I'm doing this for Crooked Line. Happens to be at one of my favorite tracks, Five Flag Speedway. Tonight, it is going to be a little bit slippery. Not going to even try and pretend it's not, because, oh my Lord, I've been watching practice, and these guys all over the place here tonight. It's been really rough on them. Let's get a hold of some of the qualifying. Of course, tonight, Chris Carroll not going to be qualifying. He's going to be starting from the rear of the field, as he was the last driver to win a race here for the Crooked Line. And yeah, Kyle, thank you. We're going to do a little salute here before we go green. A little prayer courtesy of Zimmerman. Zimmy offered to do that, and I'll always take somebody up on that offer. So, again, want to do the family proud here, and bring a night of racing where hopefully they don't have to think about too much. Just maybe enjoying the sights and sounds of something that was obviously a big love in their family. And, yeah. So we've got some qualifying efforts going on right now. Jason Day, so far, the quickest qualifier out there in first place with a 16.42, a 4.5 belonging to Brody, and Brad Carpenter, the 16.55. So obviously times are very, very close. Kyle Wellman out there right now in his number 42. He's just finishing up. We'll switch over to Todd Lanfear in the 26. Todd Lanfear ends up in the 9th spot. Chris Smith out on track in his number 80. See what he can do. Lap 2. First lap really not great, 21. And man, lap 2 made up for it, a 16.40. Good enough for second place for Chris Smith. That's a great run. Dan Sweat coming out in his 07 car. Try and qualify up somewhere in the top 5. The way this track is tonight and the setup for the cars, it's going to be very difficult to pass. And I will tell you that patience is going to be key here tonight. We'll see if these drivers can pull it out of their hat. A little bit of patience. Sweat right now sitting in the 18th spot. So not really the run you wanted, a 16.93. 0.3 of a second off from the race leader, so the qualifying leader right now, Jason Day, but 0.3 around this little half-mile track is going to make a huge difference, as that is the end of qualifying. And what I would like to do, as these cars are starting to grid up, is I would like to get a hold of Brian Zimmerman. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see. Get him up here with me. Brian, this is Chris up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, Chris. How you tonight, man?
Well, I'm doing okay. Obviously, it's heavy hearts here for Crooked Line, and thought I would invite you up. I know you had something special planned here before we take the grid.
Yeah, before we go out, we just want to lift up Steve's family, and my friend Josh been running with us, so Steve run with us too. So we're just gonna lift his family up in prayer. So let's go to him in prayer. Lord Jesus, we just want to thank you for this night, Lord. I thank you for the opportunity, Lord, to do this and honor Steve, Lord. We just want to lift up Steve's family. Ask that you please touch them right now. Put your hand on their and give them peace, Lord, in this tough time. Lord, we don't have answers. Why did this happen, Lord? We don't know. And Lord, I pray you'll just give them peace. We thank you for Josh, Lord, and him running with us, and we've enjoyed running with him and Steve in the past, Lord. We just pray, Jesus, that you'll just be with their family right now in this tough time. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Jimmy, thank you very much. Man, it means a lot, and good job there.
Yeah, we're going to do a little 3-wide action here for Josh to show him some support and in memory of Steve.
Yeah, and real quick, Brian, I think I grabbed you out of race room 2. Is that correct?
I believe so, bud.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much again. Brian Zimmerman, everybody. And for some reason, it's not letting me pull you back in. There we go. Or not.
I can do it.
All right. Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem, man. Good luck tonight.
All right. Thank you, buddy. All right. We got to get this show on the road. We're going to have to gather ourselves up a little bit. Brian Zimmerman leads the way. Right now, folks, don't bother looking up top. That score screen means absolutely nothing as these gentlemen perform 3 wide in honor of the Sexton family. All night long, and the bottom right-hand side of your screen will be Steve. A more fitting way to spend 3 laps here at Five Flags I could not think of now. It is time to get ready to take the green flag for the first time tonight. Brian Zimmerman on the pole. We'll let these cars line back up in the order they're supposed to be. And we'll try and get through the field before we unleash them. Here we go. It's going to be Zimmy, Brian Zimmerman in the 28 on the pole. Christopher Smith in the 80 to his outside. Day, Mears, makeup, row number 2, row 3. Going to be Brandon Metler and Brad Carpenter, Tanner Marr, and Zach Murphy. Makeup, row number 4, row 5. Going to be Justin Coleman and Todd Lanfear. Row 6 going to be Brandon Elvis and Derek Stanley. Row 7. Jason Raymond and Joshua Vermillion. Troy Tarbuck and Caleb Thompson going to make up row number 7. Row 9, David Sweet, Jason Bauer, and the rest as we take green flag for the first time live here at Five Flags. Happy birthday going out to Amanda as Zimmy looking to lead lap number 1, and he does. That inside line going to prevail here on the early stages. Again, these cars, this track, very, very loose from what I've been told, and certainly saw that during practice. As Zimmerman starts to take a very commanding lead. Last lap, a 16.51 for your race leader, Jason Day, up to second spot. Watch for that 52 here tonight. Another guy to watch out for is going to be Chris Carroll in the 99. Carroll having to race from the rear after winning the last time these cars were on track. Chris Carroll tries to move himself front and center. Got 125 laps to do it here on this half-mile track. And so far, it's hard to say this, but he really hasn't moved. He started 24th. He's still stuck back there in the 24th position. Now he gains one. Chris Carroll up to 23rd. Up front, Zimmy still in control. He's got about a 3/10 of a second lead over Jason Day. And these tires are just now starting to come up to temperature. This is the best they're going to feel all race, guys. Corey Sherman cheering on Zimmy. Let's take a look in. Who do we want to see? Let's see Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr in the 4 car, currently running in the 7th position. Heavy heart out of that driver tonight, I can tell you. I've listened to him talk. I know how he's feeling. TNA checking in big time here tonight, giving these guys that crooked line a reason to race, like they didn't already have one. I know it's appreciated. Zimmy still holding on to that 3/10 of a second lead over Day. Christopher Smith running in the 3rd spot as the cars have gone single file. We got an incident bringing out caution number 1. Let's see if we can figure out what made it pop. We're looking at the 51. Oh, no, this happened. Oh boy, happened a little bit in front of him, didn't it? Let's see. Kyle Wellman gets into a car and it stacks them all up. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to call whose fault it is, so I won't say that started at the 42. Nonetheless, caution number 1 here tonight. Working lap number 12. For those tuning in, expecting to hear Sam's voice tonight, unfortunately, he had a bit of a computer problem. He assures me that he's got the parts on order, should be getting picked up tomorrow. A few drivers have opted to come down pit road. They do have one quick repair that they're able to use should they need it. "28 drivers on the field tonight. Biggest mover of the race, the 79. He's U-hauling all the way up to 18th spot, up 10 since the drop of the green flag. Not a bad run for Jeffrey Miller here so far at 5 Flags. See Dan Sweet, or excuse me, Dan Sweat on pit road again. Second time's the charm, let's hope. As pace car lights are still on. Pace car lights are off. We're going to fold them in 2 by 2. Restart this race on lap number 15. Brian Zimmerman going to be your race leader. Ops the inside. Jason Day to the outside. Chris Smith, Brody Mears making up row number 2. With Brandon Metler and Brad Carpenter, row 3. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn to head down pit lane after driving this backstretch. He has led every single lap here so far. Let's see if that trend continues as the pace car comes in and he launches. The 28 takes the race lead one more time. A great start out of him. And Jason Day trying to stay up in second. Not going to happen as Christopher Smith takes over that spot from third. Here comes the 72. Brody. Brody is trying to get there. Day trying to defend off the top side. A little further back, it's 2 by 2 action still. Right behind Tanner Marr, it's Zach Murphy, Brad Carpenter, Jason Raymond, and Justin Coleman battling it out. The 31 of Carpenter looks to be the odd man out, though, as they freight train underneath. Zimmerman up front still has command of the race, but Christopher Smith trying to close that gap. Zimmy seems to get a little bit better as he rolls. We're going to find out if that's true. Happy to report so far, no net code of this race. Caution waves one more time. Let's go back and take a look. As this one started around 42. 79 gets into the 07 a little bit, and then the rest kind of happens. Let's get back there. Let's try that again, shall we? So we'll back up a little bit. See if we can tell exactly what happened here. Hey, see right there, it looks like just the slightest bit of contact. And around he goes. I know Sam likes to poll the chat to see who's at fault, so I'll leave it to you guys. What do you think? Either way, it looks like the 42 got beat up a little bit there. That's Kyle Wellman on pit road going for repairs along with Derek Stanley. Chris Carroll on pit road. I don't believe he had anything to do with that, but maybe getting some fuel? That would be my bet. strategies. Gonna be hard to figure out here on this short track. So far, I don't believe anybody has taken tires. Alright, cars are going to start folding in 2 by 2, getting ready for the restart once again. Coming to the start of lap number 27. Does look like everybody has made it out of pit road. The 42 Kyle Wellman checking in position 23. Brian Zimmerman up front, new challenger to the outside, Chris Smith. And here we go, green flag is out one more time. And Sydney with a good launch on the inside. Smith able to close the door, holds on to second spot from Jason Day. Day running in the third spot. 2 by 2 action, a little further back. Tanner Marr stuck on the outside. Not exactly where you want to be. Justin Coleman right behind him in the 14 on the top side as Marr was able to get back in line. So Tanner Marr back in line, leaving Justin Coleman out there all by himself. The action here on the short track, fast and furious, trying to keep up with it, a little rusty. Even after last night, a little rusty, but that's okay. Zimmerman on the backstretch, heading into turns 3 and 4. Top 3 running nose to tail, a slight separation between Day and Meares. Brody Meares in the 72, trying to get back to the rear bumper of Jason Day. Brandon Mettler in the 15, running in the top 5 as we talk. Zach Murphy knocking on the door. Tanner Marr still in 7th spot, right where he started this race. No positions gained, no positions lost for the 4 car. Biggest mover of the race right now, the 2 car. That's Scotty Stevens, up 15 spots, running just outside the top 10 in 11th position. And Chris Carroll, something happened with Carroll and forced him a lap down. Carroll, the first car, 1 lap down. Carroll waiting for a caution to try and get his lap back. Meanwhile, Brian Zimmerman starting to pull away, stretching that gap out to about a half a second over Christopher Smith in the 80 car. Day continues to run in 3rd, Brody in 4th. Brandon Mettler in the 5th spot. Zach Murphy still knocking on the door of the top 5, just trying to find a way in. I'm going to be honest, the only way to really going to pass here isn't going to be on the outside. You're going to have to use the bumper ever so gently to just help that guy in front of you up a lane or so. Get to the inside and complete that pass. Sweat up 4 positions from the drop of the green flag. The 07 car working the inside right now of the 34, and that's Joshua Vermillion. So Joshua starting to head backwards just a little bit. That Sweat able to complete that pass. Up top, though, it is still Zimmy now with a point. Well, it's still that half second, so maybe content, not trying to push too much harder than that is Zimmy. Christopher Smith, Jason Day, still rounding out the top 3. Keeping an eye on Scotty Stevens, who really seems to know how to get around this track, up 15 spots since the drop of the green flag. He did come down pit road for that first caution. Scotty Stevens is in his pit box for 9, almost 10 seconds. That's Brian Zimmerman. Catches and goes by the 91 car. Caution on track. Caution, caution, caution. Blow it down. We're going to go back and see what took place. Oh, man. Oh. What a ride Vermillion just took in the 34 car, and he wiped out a few guys along the way. Let's go back and take another look. Joshua heading into the corner. It looks like he gets really tight and just climbs up the wall. Man, that is shades of exactly what happens at my local short track. Able to keep it going despite the damage. Chris Carroll in the 99. The 24, Troy Tarbuck, also involved heavily in that one. As we bring out yet another caution here on lap number 47, and it could have been netcode. I'm not going to say it wasn't. Or it could have been Joshua just getting a little tight coming out of the corner, which is one of the symptoms that these guys were talking to me about. They were saying, hey, it starts off really, really loose, and then it goes tight loose. And it's possible that the tightness is changing now that they've had a few extra laps on these tires, and maybe it is just plain tight. Josh Vermillion bringing out the caution here, climbing the wall. And unfortunately for Chris Carroll, because he was involved in that one, does not get the lucky dog. Also had to come down pit road for more repairs, did Carroll. So he'll stay stuck one lap down. Dalton Creech actually right now being scored as the first car a lap down, in 24th position. A lot of drivers opting to take pit road up here on lap number 45. Chief amongst them, what was our race leader, the 28 car, Brian Zimmerman, now sitting back in the 9th spot. We have a new race leader. It's going to be Christopher Smith. Brandon Metler going to be starting to his outside. Then it's Guy Barrett, Daniel Sweat, Brandon Elvis, and Michael Mama. I know I'm going to pronounce that one wrong. I just can't help myself. Green flag falls one more time. And we had one going around. Caution. Caution on the flag. Caution flag is waving, I should say. That one looks to be Todd Lamphere. We kind of saw just the tail end of that. Let's go check it out. You guys are definitely keeping me on notice here. Not sure if he had any help there or not, but around he goes. I suppose the right thing to do would be to go back and take a look. It's Zimmy right behind him. And you know what? Team TNA, I know you're out there in chat. And if I don't see it, I won't believe it. Of course. All right, well, Corey's saying there was definitely contact. I'm going to say, out of all the times that I normally would be out in chat saying netcode, this time, I'm going with Sam saying it was contact too. I guess. I'll go with it. Guys, Zimmy obviously got into the back of Lamphere, causing that whole thing. Send him to the rear. Brandon Mettler, your race leader. Mettler is one of 4 drivers. Now make that 3 drivers that have not come down pit road. Our race leader going to restart this one on lap 54, coming to 50. Base lights are still on, so call it, let's see, we're going to go 55. Lights should go out. 56 to start them back up. 56 laps on a set of tires. We're going to find out right now as the pace car lights are off and we round the bend for the last time under this caution. Again, want to shout out to the Sexton family. We're here. We're thinking about you. And we're racing. Brandon Mettler got a good start. He's got a pretty good sized lead already over Guy Barrett. Guy, 0.4 of a second down already as Mettler comes out of turn 4 to cross the stripes. Running in 3rd, Brandon Elvis in the 54, running in 4th, rounding out the top 5, it's Brody Mears. Make that Tanner Marr as Marr sneaks underneath. Tanner Marr looking for a top 5 here tonight. Scotty Stevens, one time was the biggest gainer of the race right now in the 2 car. Oh, gets a little contact there, a little wiggle. Scotty Stevens takes over the 6th spot, and that puts Brody back a few positions. That was Zach Murphy in the 29. That did a little door banging and didn't make out so well. The 14 car, that's Justin Coleman. Coleman, the last driver in the top 10. Everybody from him forward. Inside of the top 10, Tanner Marr making his way up to 3rd spot now. Marr on fire. Marr drops it down to the inside as caution drops. One more time here at 5 Flags. Let's see what brought this one out. Watching the 9 car, Jason Bauer kind of, I think he, oh man, the 42 of Wellman comes charging in and had, I'm going to say no place to go, but wasn't on the brakes exactly. Let's go back one more time and take a look at that one. we'll just rewind. It's better that way sometimes. So I believe what was happening is the 9 tried to flick the car in. Yeah, and it just went terribly wrong. Or maybe he thought he was turning in too early and tried to correct. But around he goes, and then the 42 comes charging in. And yeah. Ooh. Serious case of whoopsie daisies happening out there during that whole event. As we have another new leader. Guy Barrett takes over the race lead, and to his outside this time it's going to be the 4 of Tanner Marr. Marr was really marching his way towards the front before this caution came out. Now he'll have to do it on the outside. We'll see if he can. Mitchell Luma is going to be restarting inside row number 2. And if I had to pick a spot aside from first, third would probably be it. Corey, isn't that what I said? That's what it was. It was an oopsie daisy. That's a technical term, first brought out on the very first broadcast of Daytona. It was there on the beach. You can very clearly hear one of the announcers saying, "Whoopsie daisy." Pace car lights are off. We're going to stack them up one more time into columns of 2. Chris Carroll is back on the lead lap. So the winner last time out, back on the lead lap as we get ready to take the green flag. And the 2 with a really big jump that could hurt Tanner Marr. Mitchell trying to stuff it in there, not going to be able to do it. Will Tanner Marr clear? He does. Tanner Marr holds on to second spot and may have given a little love tap. And that's not all. Guy Barrett trying to hold on. Going for a rough ride out there on the outside. Mitchell up to second. Here comes Scotty Stevens. Up 23 positions. The third spot is the 2 car. The 02 not having any luck at all as caution flies. Oh, the action. Heart palpitations, I'm telling you. All right, let's go back. We're going to find out what caused this one. As I believe we're going to watch the 72. Brody trying to get to the inside. A little door contact. And if you had any questions at all about how loose this track is, how loose the setup might have been, I think there's your answer. Slightest door contacts in the 72. Actually did a great job. Oh, little after action report there. 72, I was going to say did a great job kind of gathering it back up. But the 54 having a little bit of trouble. It's Brandon Elvis. Let's see what's going on back here. As he tried to get in front of the 36. And Don Creech is pretty much like, yeah, no. Not going to happen right now. So sorry. Really weird twist and turn of events going on out there tonight. With all that, though, we do have a new race leader, Tanner Marr. And I know for a fact he would absolutely love to win this one. His heart his mind definitely all in on this race. I don't know what it would mean for him or what kind of emotional state he would be in should he win this race. I'd love to find out, though. I think even a podium might be enough to start some waterworks over at the home of the 4 driver. When one of your best friends has a problem, it affects you. Certainly Tanner has talked at length a couple of times now about Steve and what that loss has meant to him. As pace car lights are off, we're getting ready to go back under the green flag. Tanner Marr has control of the field, and he doesn't waste any time. Right to the hot pedal he goes. Tanner Marr with a big jump. Scotty Stevens in the 2 car trying to hold on the outside. Jason Day trying to work his way forward on the inside. One driver, the 34, coming down pit road. As caution falls, that was Josh Vermillion we saw coming down pit road. Try and catch the incident here. Let's go back. Let's see if we can find it together. Scoring and timing has me looking at the 98, and sure enough, kind of loses it coming out of the corner and comes back out on track. The 98 gets a small piece of him. The 9 car. An absolutely fantastic job by Jason Bauer to stay out of it. And here we are under caution one more time. Tanner Marr, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he doesn't mind these caution laps, a chance to kind of relax, maybe take one hand off the wheel, flex it a couple of times before he changes hands and does the same with the other. Scotty Stevens on the outside was able to hold on to second spot. Jason Day just couldn't make the pass before the caution flag flew. And lurking back and forth spot, it's Zach Murphy. Caleb Thompson in the 04, rounding out the top 5. And it looks like Kyle Wellman earned his trip potentially as, I think it was Kyle Wellman getting back on the lead lap. We're going to go with that. I could be wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong, okay? You know who's not wrong right now? It's Tanner Marr, your race leader. Up 6 spots to get there. Ryan Zimmerman being scored back in the 9th spot. So after leading a good chunk of the first part of this race, he does not lead right now. As we go single file restart, Tanner Marr, Stevens and Day, your top 3. Stevens looking right at the back bumper of the 4 of Tanner Marr. Jason Day has had a little separation happen. Second to third, a little separation. Zach Murphy still sitting in the 4th spot. Caleb Thompson holds on to 5th. And as they are single file. Not a lot of action happening on track. Back up front we go. I will say, since getting his lap back, Chris Carroll back up well higher than he's ever been tonight. 15th spot is the 99. As caution rolling out on the field one more time. And it looks like, oh boy, yeah, he's still trying to recover from it. The 15, Brandon Metler. Let's go back and take a peek. As Metler towards the front of the field, gets into the 04, and it is a chain reaction from there. Oh boy, is it. Chris Carroll, I was just talking about him, had a little bit of a to-do there. And drivers, oh my goodness. Now, there's a couple of drivers trying to pick up some freebies. Oh boy, it all went bad, as it often does when it starts so far up into the field. Boy, oh boy. Working lap number 87 here under caution. Tanner Marr being scored as your race leader. All the drivers in front of him, the two drivers in front of him, kind of got caught behind the pace car. Kind of like that single file restart. Really did, I think, help for a minute. I think this time they will double them up. See what iRacing is going to decide to do with the two drivers ahead of your race leader. As the 64 coming out of pits, and I gotta believe those were close pits that he was trying to come out of. Brett Murphy letting the whole field go by. I think he may have come out of a closed pit. That may be the situation we're seeing there. As the field starts doubling up, Tanner Marr going to take control of the field. The two drivers in front of him go in front of the pace car, which is the correct call from iRacing. So we're going to double them up. We're going to restart this one 2x2. Pace car down onto pit road. And Tanner Marr delays it a little bit that time and then hits the go pedal. And he holds on to the race lead. Scotty Stevens slots himself into second spot. Jason Day holding on to third. The 29, Zach Murphy on the outside trying to find a way in. And here comes Zimmy. Zimmy in fifth spot now, looking for more. Not going to be able to do it that time, though, as they go single file through the top five, just as caution comes out. This one looks like it may be on the 72, Brody Mears, and that car acting a little bit funny. Let's see what's going on back here. Oh, Brody. Oh, Lordy. Oh, the 64. That's Brett Murphy already not having a great night. Up and over. Back onto the tires. But the 72. Yeah, that car heavily damaged. There is one quick repair. If they haven't used it, now might be the time. As he comes down pit road. And we're going to see if that becomes a new car. It does. So a good job from the driver to keep that to the late stages of this race. Brody Mears has a brand new car. Now what he doesn't have is 4 brand new tires. They actually have to take... Oh, no. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that. That is something that is going around iRacing, and I hope that that's figured out. Out of curiosity, which VR unit are you using? All right, we're going to stack these guys together. Lap 95 of 125. That means 30 to go. Well, I thought we were going to stack them together. Are we going to go single file again? No, we are not. Cars will start folding in now 2 by 2. Tanner Marr assumes the position on the pole. I haven't mentioned it yet, but make sure if you guys aren't doing anything Saturday nights right here live on True Sim Productions, there is a new show called Race Chatter, going over all the crooked line, blazing pedals as we go green. Tanner Marr with a good start again. And there's one other. It's a Friday night league, and for some reason it's not coming to me. Zach Murphy, Brian Zimmerman making up the top 5. Zimmy on the inside, trying to get past the 31 of Carpenter. Behind them, they are stacked in 2 by 2. As Christopher Smith in the 80 car, one of those fast cars early on, trying to work his way back forward, gives a little love tap to the 31. Look to his outside, it's the 99 of Chris Carroll. Has worked his way up to 8th spot, up 16. Caution flies one more time with 26 laps to go. And let's see if we can figure out the reason why. Oh, I think we know the reason why. He's sitting on pit road. It's the 54, Brandon Elvis. Elvis got tight. Oh! Elvis got tight, hit the wall, and all hell broke loose. See the rear end kick right out, and oh boy, there's just nothing pretty there. As we re-rack, or are going to re-rack one more time, and really the guy benefiting from a lot of this is our race leader, Tanner Marr. So Tanner Marr leads the way with 23 laps to go under caution here live from Five Flags on True Sim Production. With the cars reset in restart formation. Pace car lights are going to drop out this time by. Tanner Marr will assume the role as leader on the inside. Again, I know this would mean a lot for Tanner to win, but getting closer to the end, the cream is starting to rise toward the top. We'll shout out Kyle Wellman, who after a rough start to this one has worked his way back up to 11th. As we go back under the green flag one more time with 20 laps to go. Tanner Marr, Scotty Stevens, Jason Day, your top three still. Here comes Zimmy trying to fend off and hold on to fifth spot. They run side by side with Carpenter, just like the last restart. Carpenter trying to hold on in the outside. Zimmy works the inside, trying to take over and hold on to that fifth spot. Meanwhile, the 24, Troy Tarbuck, working the inside. Not going to be able to do it as the 80 drops down. Christopher Smith in the 80 car is taking control of the inside lane. That's going to force the 31 still to the outside. Carpenter Carpenter goes around off the front bumper of the 80. Christopher Smith may have tagged Brad Carpenter. Let's go back and take a look. You see the 80 on the inside, Carpenter to the outside, Smith. Oh boy, it's tough to tell from that angle. It is really tough to tell from that angle. We're gonna have to go far chase. Let's back it up. Smith takes control of the inside lane right there. And, Okay, well, I've seen it. You've seen it. We'll let you make the call. This is why we have replay. In order to watch things over again. Tanner Marr still going to be your race leader here under caution. Racing incident, sure. Corey, help me out. Race chatter. You guys talk about crooked line. You talk about blazing pedals. And there's a group that I am forgetting on Friday nights that you guys also talk about there on Saturdays, right here live on True Sim Productions. I just cannot think of the name of that league. It's killing me. Front Row Esports. Thank you very much, Corey. That was driving me wild. "13 laps to go as we parade under caution one more time here at Five Flags, if needed. There are 3 green-white checkered attempts here on the crooked line racing. Drivers file in 2 by 2. It's going to be 11 laps to go when we retake the green. Pace car pulls off. And Tanner Marr does too. Marr hard on the loud pedal as we retake the green flag. Scotty Stevens battling his life away here with Jason Day for second spot. Stevens stuck on the outside. Day plugs the hole. And right now, Day has it. Jason Day takes over second spot from Scotty Stevens. Stevens battling back as hard as he can on the outside. Here comes the 29. Zach Murphy tries to plug the hole one more time. Tanner Marr, 9 laps to go. Your race leader right now. And the battle right now for second spot as caution drops one more time. Oh boy. Let's go back and see if we can't figure out what happened. As everything is telling me to watch the 31 car. Ooh, baby. All right, we're going to go back. We're going to watch this one. Carpenter gets into the back of the 64. The 79 gets in the back of the 31, and it's lights out. And what was kind of a slow incident to develop involved 3 cars at the end of it all. You know, it just dawned on me as I'm looking at the scoring and timing, and the one thing that isn't on there is speed. Usually, I would have speed on there, so that's something I'll have to fix. Trying to get back into the swing of things here tonight. I thank Crooked Line for having me on board in the booth on this very special race. Why is it special? Just look in the bottom right-hand corner again. Celebrating the life of Steve Sexton, Josh Sexton's father, who Saturday prematurely left his family, his racing family and friends. In a much better place now, we hope. And we pray. Field is filed in, ready to restart. Tanner Marr on the lead. And Jason Day going to be restarting on the outside this time, so a little bit different front row as opposed to last time we retook the green flag. Scotty Stevens going to be restarting in the third spot to his outside. Zach Murphy as the green flag comes out. Oh man, Scotty Stevens had a really good restart. I thought he was going to try and get below Tanner Marr. He did not. Marr holds on to the race lead. Scotty Stevens battling his way up and to try to get second spot. Got a little loose in the middle of the corner. Couldn't make it stick. Jason Day holds on the outside. Day with a good head of steam coming out of turn 2, and he is going to get down for second spot. Jason Day, your second place runner. It is getting thick back here by Zimmy. Zimmy has Christopher Smith on his outside on the final lap. Tanner Marr tries to make this one happen. Final lap. Tanner Marr in the 4 car is going to be your race winner. Tanner Marr, Jason Day, and Zach Murphy, your top 3. Wow, oh wow, what a race. And I'm telling you, there is not a guy happier right now than Tanner Marr for winning this event. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. On a night that he absolutely wanted to win, this one means a ton. Tanner Marr winning tonight's race live here on True Sim Productions. And yes, Tanner, burn it down, brother. Burn it down. You deserve it. You earned it. Wow. Polish victory lap out of Tanner Marr. Class. I love it. All right, we're going to go ahead and talk to your top three. We're going to start with the third place finisher here tonight. For no other reason than, well, that's how I like to do it. So let's do it. Third place finisher tonight, it's going to be Zach Murphy. Zach, the 29, up 5 spots to take over third spot. Let's go through your race.
Yeah, that was a good one. A few cautions there in the middle. Yes, I don't even remember where we started, but basically trying to keep pace most of the center of the race and stay out of trouble, and then a lot of restarts at the end there, and started to restart. Seemed like every time I was in fourth place, so it's tough to restart on the outside, and Zimmy gave me a lot of room. I appreciate that, and let me slot down a couple times there, and just able to squeak by Scotty at the end on that final restart on the outside, just digging. So glad to come back here on the podium.
Yeah, it was a great run. I mean, 125 laps ago, you started yourself in 8th spot. You made your way up to 3rd. It was a long run, and obviously had to work your way through the field a little bit when you came down pit road, but able to do that. Who do you have, bud, on the 29 that you need to thank here tonight? Oh, I see the number. Yeah, 29.
Yeah, I don't know. My training paints have been messed up tonight, but yeah, 29. I just got to thank my buddy's shop, Winnie Automotive, get on the side of the car. Thank the guys down in race room 3, Brad and Caleb tonight. Usually got Kyle and Scott in there. And thank TSP for a great broadcast every week. Chris, thanks for stepping in tonight. And, Tanner and all the guys at Crooked Line for putting on a great league. Yeah,
man, it was a great time, and I really enjoyed it. And, even though you normally watch every week, I still have to learn some numbers. Man, oh, man. You guys put on a heck of a show, though, tonight, man. Congratulations on a podium finish.
Yeah, thanks, man. And congrats to Tanner on the win. I know he's had a rough time lately, and it's a good win for him. And just thoughts to the Sexton family. I raced with Josh and Steve and those guys, and they were part of starting Crooked Line. So just thoughts are going out to those guys tonight.
Absolutely, brother. Way to bring it home. Thank you.
Take care.
That was third place finisher. Driver of the number 29, Zach Murphy, finishing in second tonight. And these guys, man, they are quick to get off the track, aren't they? Second place tonight, going to be Jason Day. Jason Day, driver of the number 52. Jason, it's Chris up in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Buddy, a second place finish, and there was a couple of times there it looked like you were trying to get to the inside of Tanner Marr towards the end there. Just couldn't quite get there. Why don't you take me through the last few laps?
Well, Tanner's teammate, and the boss, so I definitely don't want to wreck him or anything. So I was racing pretty hard to the end. He slid up a little bit in the corner and ruined my momentum a little bit. So I tried to get low. I think 5 or 10 more laps, I might have had a chance to get him, but just those short runs, you're not really going to get a chance to go. And I'm pretty happy with second. I don't get to run very often, so don't want to cause any trouble. And I like to think I'm a pretty clean driver. So especially don't want to wreck the boss. I get fired right away.
Yeah, that definitely can happen. Jason, who do you have to thank on your car, bud?
Well, first of all, just thank you for doing the broadcast. Everybody at TSP, all the guys at Crooked Line for always putting on a great series. Uh, Also, condolences out to the Sexton family. Josh, a good friend, and prayers and everything for their whole family. And hope everybody's doing okay after the loss of Steve. And to thank all our sponsors with Five Kings, Elite Performance Industries, the Butt Kicker, True Sim Productions, Savage Edge Apparel, BAM Racing Videos, and USA Firearms. And just thanks for everybody who comes out to watch and everybody supports the league.
All right, Jason. Well, I appreciate it, but again, awesome ride out of you tonight, and congratulations on a second place finish.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy. That's Jason Day, bringing home second place tonight, and of course, man, I've been excited for this one. Tanner, before we get going, I just got to do one thing real quick here. I gotta get this just right because I want to. All right, Tanner, buddy. I know what this race meant to you. I could hear it in your voice before we even got started, and what a wonderful way to pay tribute to the Sexton family. Take me through it, man.
I'll be honest, brother. Those last, thought I killed the tires. I was like, man, I'm gonna throw this one away, and yeah, I got lucky. I was fortunate I had teammates behind me, right? So they were not really pressuring me, and yeah, you want to win every one of them, right? But really, really, really wanted to win this one, and I'm glad we was able to do it. I'm expecting a text from Josh any moment now. I may have already got one. My phone's actually face down. Let's see. Not yet, but I expect a text from him. I know they were watching, so yeah, super pumped to pull it off tonight out of all nights for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I thought I would have words for a winner here at Crooked Line. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but obviously, with everything that's going on and listening to not just your words, but your voice and hearing what you've been saying since Saturday, man, I'm with you. I know exactly how you're feeling. I know exactly where you're at. And congratulations once again. Who do you want to thank on your number 4 car?
First off, I want to send a huge shout out to Team 151, SNS Racing, Steve, Josh, the whole family, Dave. I know it sounds weird, right? It sounds weird to say you care about somebody over the internet, but much as I talk to that old man, and especially Josh, right? I feel bad for his son more than anything, you know. So that's basically it tonight. Got to thank you for coming in the booth, of course, and I'm looking at the chat. Corey Sherman said, tell him to plug Race Chatter. Check us out this Saturday night. Had our debut episode last Saturday. If you didn't catch it live, you can catch it here on True Sim Productions. And yeah, man, thank you, Chris, for coming on board here. Sam had PC issues. Hopefully he can get those sorted out. But man, oh man, thank you so much for coming on board and broadcasting tonight, buddy. It means the world to me and the entire group.
Well, I knew that you were planning on doing something special tonight, and there's no way that I could not let this one get broadcasted. Again, Tanner, thank you very much for having me up here in the booth. And for True Sim Productions, man, this has been a really fun ride, very heartfelt ride, and it's pretty amazing. I really appreciate the opportunity to be out here, and until I get to do it again, this has been Chris here live on True Sim Productions. We will see you next time.